Back once again, it's your boy Damien from DamienLax.com. Check me out over there. Um, Coming back to y'all viewers here with me on the last episode on my channel. We was doing Think and Grow Rich, and we're gonna jump back into that. I was doing the major attributes of leadership. So, um, we're gonna go back. I think it was on page 95. If you haven't got the book, make sure you pick that up, read it, okay? Cause it's like that. Um, so we're going back to where I left off last time was number 6. So we're gonna go back into, like I said once again, these are the 11 major attributes of leadership. The following are important factors of leadership. So if you are somebody that is a leader in a leader's position, that is that wants to mentor and build a team, whether it's in network marketing, whether it's at your job, whether it's in your house. You feel what I'm saying? These are some of the attributes that one must have. These are the major, the defining, the key attributes. So, right along with me down here to number 7. I'm going to make sure it's at the top of my screen so you can see it. Number 7 is, drum roll, a pleasing personality. No slovenly, careless person can become a successful leader. Leadership calls for respect. Followers will not respect the leader who does not grade high on all of the factors of a pleasing personality. So you gotta be able to get along with people. You gotta be smooth, or you gotta have swag, as some would say. You know what I mean? Don't nobody want no no hard head, no tough guy to be trying to boss him around. Like, that's not a leader, that's a boss. Feel me? Especially in the network marketing industry, we are our own bosses. We don't need anyone bossing us around. So keep that in mind. If you are a leader, you're not a boss, you're a leader. You feel what I'm saying? For some of you might have seen that picture, that image of the boss sitting on top of everybody, like the slave driver, but the leader is in the one in front, you feel me, pulling the cart. So if you're a leader, zone in. Have a pleasing personality. Have a personality that your followers can they can come to you if they got questions, or if they need some assistance. You feel me? If your team can reach out to you and know that they're gonna get the right correspondence. You know what I mean? Communications. Number 8 of the major attributes of leadership: sympathy and understanding. The successful leader must be in sympathy with his followers. Moreover, he must understand them and their problems. That goes right back to having a pleasing personality. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, understanding, being understanding to what people are going through. You know, being being able to connect with them on their level. Um, it's really key. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, like, as far as building rapport with people. You want to be able to um, connect with people in a way that they can feel like, excuse me, that they can feel like you understand what they're going through, that you can vibe with them, that you feel their pain, that you should, as a leader, you should be able to put yourself in their position, in their place. You feel what I'm saying? And to be able to actually help them to get out of the situation that they in. Yeah, you got to be able to almost become one with them in that situation. Number 9, mastery of detail. Successful leadership calls for mastery of details of the leader's position. That means you have to be meticulous and tedious in all your various responsibilities and duties. You can't just overlook something and say, oh, that's not important. Like, no, you got to have it all down to a T. Mind you, that's not going to come right away. You feel what I'm saying? If you just getting into the network marketing game, if you just moving into the industry, it takes time to build mastery, but it should be a part of your habitual way of thinking, that eventually you need to master every detail of your position, of your business. Number 10, a willingness to assume full responsibility. The successful leader must be willing to assume responsibility for the mistakes and the shortcomings of his followers. If he tries to shift this responsibility, he will not remain the leader. If one of his followers makes a mistake and shows himself incompetent, the leader must consider that it is he who failed. Let me read that one more time for y'all. Number 10 of the major attributes of leadership, the willingness to assume full responsibility. This is deep. The successful leader must be willing to assume responsibility for the mistakes and the shortcomings of his followers. If he tries to shift this responsibility, he will not remain the leader. If one of his followers makes some mistakes and shows himself incompetent, the leader must consider that it is he who has failed. Let me give y'all an example for this one. One time I was working. Yeah, I was working. Old job, and the team leader at the time, she was a great leader. You feel me? Sometimes she had a little temper, right? She was a great leader. I can remember it was times where somebody would mess up. Say it was a time where somebody might have forgot to do something, and when the superior over top of her would be like, "Hey, so what happened? Such and such. Why they ain't get done?" She would be like, "I forgot. It was me. I did it." Instead of her going, "Oh, it's because such and such did such and such. Why?" No, it was, I forgot. Boom. It never even crossed her superior's mind that it could have been someone else. You know why? Because she stepped up and took that blame right there for herself. That's what it means to say the willingness to assume full responsibility. Like, that's what successful leaders do. Like, they don't have time or are not gonna sit there and say, "No, well, if you did such blah blah blah," they gonna say, "Know what? I messed up because obviously I didn't teach them the right way. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fix this, and then I'm gonna go back and show them the right way to do it. Then I'm gonna tell them what they need to do later on." You feel what I'm saying? Another thing, one of the leaders that I have admiration for, he would say, "Look, fix the problem first, then discuss what caused it." You feel what I'm saying? You got a problem, fix it. We'll figure out the why later. Okay? Number 11, cooperation. The successful leader must understand and apply the principle of cooperative effort and be able to induce his followers to do the same. Leadership calls for power, and power calls for cooperation. There are two forms of leadership. The first, and by far the most effective, is leadership by consent of and with the sympathy of the followers. The second is leadership by force without the consent and sympathy of the followers. History is filled with evidences that leadership by force cannot endure. The downfall and disappearance of dictators and kings is significant. It means that people will not follow forced leadership indefinitely. Cooperation is key. It's a passage in the greatest book of all time, the greatest book ever been written. It's a passage that says, where two or three are gathered, okay, or two or three agree on anything, it shall be given to them. Cooperation, masterminding, okay? That's between the leaders, the partners, the followers, the team. That has to be a cooperative effort. There's no millionaire in the world who got there by himself. He might have been self-made. He could say, yeah, he's his own boss, but guess what? He had a team. He had cooperation. You feel what I'm saying? He listened to his people. He had a pleasing personality, okay? You feel what I'm saying? He was willing to do things that he wasn't going to ask nobody else to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what leaders do. Leaders step up and take the ranks. That's why they step up the ranks. You feel what I'm saying? So, if you're a leader, you got to have cooperation with your team, with your followers, with your partners. You feel what I'm saying? They got to want you to be their leader because they trust you, because you built rapport with them, because you have sympathy and understanding. You feel what I'm saying? because they know that you're self-disciplined. You feel what I'm saying? Because they know that you're organized. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things you must have. These are the keys to the puzzle. You feel what I'm saying? These are the major attributes of leadership. You feel what I'm saying? These are the must-haves if you are a leader in network marketing, at your job. You feel what I'm saying? At church, in school, the head of your family. If you're an alpha male like I am, these are the keys that you must have. Okay? I hope you found some value in this. I appreciate y'all spending a couple of minutes with me. Check me out on my blog. If you want to work with me, you can email me directly. Uh, Hit me up on Facebook, Damian Lax. On Sue, Dame Dynasty. More links will be in the description, man. Ain't gonna get into all that. I hope y'all found some value with this. You feel me? I hope that it could give you a better understanding. If you haven't got the book that can grow rich, get it. You need it. Okay? I want to see everybody make money, do the best that they possibly can. You was given that gift for a reason. Use it. Peace.